It was a hot summer day, and an old lady was taking care of a child. The child asked her why Ty's dad was late, and the old lady told her to wait a little bit longer for her daddy. Ty cutely said, "Okay." It had been 10 nights since Ty's dad had come home. She was waiting for her dad to come home. She said her name was Asti, Kim Asti. She loved her dad. Her dad told her that he was supposedly a super strong paladin from the Empire of Telosium. Dad punished all the bad monsters and villains in the Telosium Empire again today. She remembered something that Dad told her when she was 3. She believed that until she was 3. But now she was 4 years old. That meant she was big enough to know everything, right? Because if he really were the strongest paladin that everyone loved, he would surely be rich. But the family was poor. Dad went to work even on red letter holidays. She missed him. She asked why Ty's dad went to work every single day. Granny told her it was because the work didn't pay very much. Ty thought that was why he couldn't buy her the new Tanapang sticker book. All her friends in the Quail class went to Tanapang World with their moms and dads on holidays, or to Lotte World or the beach. But Daddy and Ty had never gone to places like that. But she was okay with it because the roommates at the Gold Villa apartments liked Ty and Dad a lot. Granny said that Ty's dad was so young and such a handsome man. How did he end up like this? If they didn't register Ty's birth, how would she ever go to school? How could they register it? The fine for being an illegal resident was huge. What if they got caught and Ty got deported back to her country? What kind of tragic separation would that be? Grandpa told Ty, "Don't worry. Ty is sharp. She will learn to read all by herself. I have never seen a girl like her in my life." All the old fellows there loved Ty very much. Ty thought that she would live with Dad for a long, long time, and someday they would definitely go back to their hometown and live in a much bigger house with lots of food. Her dad once told her that he would make sure Ty smiled every single day. Ty loved her dad the most in the world, and he was more than 100,000 times more precious than a Tanapang sticker book. With that, she only wanted her dad to come back soon. But something unexpected happened. A letter arrived, shocking Granny. After reading the letter, Granny was shocked and tried to stay quiet, not reading it aloud. Ty wondered what it was and picked up the letter, reading whatever words she could. It said, "Act of funeral services. The deceased." She didn't know the exact meaning of those words, but seeing how Granny reacted, she knew what had happened. She still believed her dad would come back because he promised Ty he would. But she knew the meaning of deceased. It meant a dead person. She was scared. At night, in heavy rain, Granny brought a box and told Ty to sleep with her for tonight, hugging her while crying. Ty looked at the box and wondered if her dad had left her behind. At night, she woke up and walked up to the box and opened it. Inside were the belongings of her dad. Tears came out, and her heart sank more and more. She saw her dad's necklace and knew that her dad had left her alone. She cried uncontrollably, now holding the necklace. She just needed her dad and cried. But just as she was crying, a miracle-like thing happened. The necklace glowed and floated in the air and asked why she was crying. Ty remarked that the rock was talking. Then the rock changed into a small black dragon. It was magic in Ty's eyes, and she called the creature Blackie. The black dragon said that he understood, as that man had died. Hearing that, Ty cried again and missed her dad even more. Seeing her crying, the black dragon came close to Ty and touched his forehead with hers and asked, "Shall I save him?" Ty stopped crying when she heard this. The dragon told her that to do that, she would need to throw away all the time she had spent here. In this room, the people, everything. Ty didn't understand what Blackie said. The dragon told her that if she wanted, he would send her back to the place where she was born, where that man was still alive. The most precious thing to Ty was her dad. She wiped off her tears and, with courage, told the dragon that she was ready to go and save her dad, Blackie. Ty would definitely meet her dad again. With that, the magic began, and a new journey for the little girl started ahead.
The magic happened, and Ty was now sleeping on a bed in an unknown place. The black dragon, now transformed into a human, woke her up. Seeing a young boy, Tai was startled and wondered who he was, but after looking at the horns, she understood it was Blackie. She asked him where they were now. Blackie told her it was the place where her dad was still alive and where she could meet him. Tai knew Telosium was her dad's hometown, and looking outside, it was a beautiful place. Her dad had always told her about it. Blackie told Tai that no matter how much of a legend he was, he couldn't bring the dead back to life, so they had come to the past, 7 years before she was born. Tai was confused hearing all this, because if she was not born yet, how was she here? A little later, she understood that coming to the past meant going beyond yesterday, the day before yesterday, and even to when she was 3 and 2 years old. It meant she had traveled backward through time. She told Blackie that she understood, and that it was magic used by legendary puppets she had heard about. She told Blackie that he was amazing and looked at him with sparkly eyes. The black dragon told her that because of that, he had used all his power to its absolute limit and had to mess with dimensions to travel this far back. She had still been asleep while he was busy making a place for her to stay. But he told her that the most important thing was that her father was definitely alive in this world. Hearing that, Tai was truly happy. Blackie also told her, while transforming back into his original black dragon form, that the version of her father living here wouldn't know who she was. This place was much larger than she thought, and there was no guarantee she would even find him in the first place. Hearing this, Tai was a little sad, but she was still hopeful. She told him that she could find him. It was okay even if Dad didn't recognize her. As long as she met him again, she could explain everything. She was just happy that her dad was alive here. Her dad had always said that he was the strongest holy knight of all, and the place where all those holy knights gathered was the imperial capital. So she packed her things along with Blackie and said, "Let's go, Blackie, to the imperial capital." And the journey began. In the southern private forest of the Telosium imperial capital, a man could be seen eating carrots. He was Bastoperix, a wandering mercenary. He looked at the map and wondered if the raid he did for the magic stone had something to do with it. Because if you break that magic stone, a new one appears right next to it. Monsters had been appearing endlessly since the magic stone's first appearance. He had fought a fierce battle with a monster yesterday and thought he was really going to die, but he managed to survive again. He remembered his family and sighed deeply. He thought he should head back soon because all of this felt pointless. But then suddenly someone got caught in one of the traps. He went to look. A few moments earlier, Tai was walking and had just barely passed the place where she had been before. She gasped and said, "Why have I only made it this far?" She looked up at the birds that could fly and wished she could fly straight to the capital. She looked at Blackie, but Blackie told her that he couldn't carry her and told her not even to think about hanging on to him. Blackie told her that he couldn't do anything right now because he had used up all his strength. She asked Blackie if she could give him a shoulder massage, as she had learned in her school to give filial piety massages at preschool, and she had been #1 in the class. She rushed forward to Blackie. But Blackie told her not to do that and said there was no need for it. He also said that even if he had power left, he couldn't use magic that left a trail like teleportation because they would be tracked. After saying that, he transformed back into the necklace he had been before. Tai quickly picked up the necklace and thought, right, Blackie is a legendary puppet monk. He must be resting inside the puppet monk. She kept the necklace in her bag and told Blackie, "You should sleep then. I will make it to the imperial capital from here, so you should just go to sleep." And with that, she started walking. But just as she took a step, she was caught in a trap. When the mercenary arrived, she was horrified and scared to see him.